Hi, this is Becky. Welcome back to my channel. So, forgive the hair. I'm going to be curling it today, and that is a very lengthy process. And any of my ladies who love to do their locks, my daughter Samantha has really great hair, skin, nail kind of advice. So if you would like to know more about like how to like take care of your hair, like what nutrients to use, what shampoos and stuff, she would be a great person with her autism and like skin sensitivities and different things like that. She does a lot of research into those types of hair products. So the next video you'll get to see my hair all curled and everything, but with this video I just wanted to kind of say my family is multi-generationally gifted in many spiritually ways, even if in the earthly plane they don't acknowledge that we are spiritually gifted. And then, you know, they want to say, oh, we're autistic, give them a disability, they're bipolar because they get angry at people out of the blue. No, that means we are divine beings who know that we're being hunted, we know that we're being killed, we know that we're being used as batteries, and we know that we're being used by a narcissist and other traumatized people as a food source because they don't have light within themselves and they're drawn to us. The thing of it is if you're a godly person and you understand attraction, it's not about the vessel really, it is about the spirit within. And you have to protect that because the devil is everywhere. Deception has reached a whole new level in this simulation, you know, this 3D reality as we call it. The bots and the Decepticons are, man, they're good because they really do want us old folks that want to play the game like how God originally intended it. They don't want us playing the game because we call them out on their nonsense because we understand what they're doing. And for the longest time we've been so busy, you know, taking care of our families, we're taking care of our communities, we're like, okay, there's not, life is one big sandbox, right? And each of us is building our own little sandcastle, and someone comes along to be a bully spiritually, financially, emotionally, physically, wants to dominate and control and conquer over you. And for the longest time we were conditioned that that was what we were supposed to do. We were supposed to roll, we were supposed to flirt that way, we were supposed to entice that way and make them attract, you know. And then you realize, oh, I'm also getting all the demon filled vessels that look really freaking good, but there is evil as can be on the inside, but they're doing things that make everybody around them think that they're little angels on earth. But people who don't have spiritual gifts will be tricked, they'll be duped into believing the con artist, they'll believe the spiritual narcissist. The dangers are increasing in speed and rapidity, and it's like I said, the episode of I Love Lucy with Candy coming down the conveyor belt. Okay, it starts off slow, she's starting off the job, her first day, and they're taking their time, but before you know it, they're kind of speeding up that assembly line, and now she's like, oh, I thought I had the hang of it, but I guess not. And now all of a sudden they're cranking it up a little faster, and oh my gosh, now what do I do? And so she starts taking the candy and she starts shoving it everywhere because she's like, I don't know what to do now. That's how life kind of gets. Okay, God will give you a scenario. He's going to say, oh, look at this person. You're going to want to fall in love and have a baby. And then, bam, reality hits something out of the blue, and then you're freaking out because that's not the plan. God, I thought we had a plan. And then you realize, oh, you still got some inner healing to do because you're not listening to God. You're either listening to your ego, you're listening to your pride, you're listening to whatever wound you're allowing substances or influences to, you know, convince you to do things that you know you shouldn't. And so I am here representing God, which I realize my initials, Rebecca Ann Homans. If I take my initials R-A-H, I'm like, how fitting is that? Ra, man, that is pretty cool. Synchronicities everywhere. So I'm going to take and help you with your family, small business, soul family, right? Because a lot of times we spend more time with the people we work with than we actually do with our biological family, which leads to workplace affairs, right? And so we have to be careful about who we spend time with, what those influences are, which is another reason why God gave me my own business, for me to be able to bless others without anybody else trying to siphon, sway, convince, cajole, program, force anything on me ever again. Okay. Finally, I've reached the crone stage where I get to have the wisdom of my ancestors. And I've been doing the inner healing work to finally get to individuate. And this is why the Starseed launch program for me is so freaking important, because I should have launched when I was 9. And the broken systems were manipulated by greedy, narcissistic, sick psychopaths that derailed me from my original path at 9 years old. Which everything works out right in the end, because I'm still going to make my way to my full divinity. I'm still going to get my spiritual inheritance. I'm still going to get the financial wealth. It's just taken me a half a century to get it because of the family I was born into working against me. So if you look at my family stories, they are all heroes. They're all on heroes' journeys, but they're all on different stages of the hero's journey, and they haven't hit that peak yet. But they're there now, right? They're there now. And so, because life, that's how you learn the lessons. It's like a roller coaster. You gotta go click, 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 click. Oh my God, I'm starting to like freak out. Okay, all right, it's gonna be okay, it's okay. There's no way out of this. We're already locked in, right? We're already at the top. Oh my God. And oh! Then you get to the other side, and the people are like, oh my God. Oh, that was an adrenaline rush, but oh, I feel so much better afterwards. Or they're like, I'm scared AF, she's psycho, I'm getting the hell out of here, and I'm never talking to her again. Both for me are wins, okay? They're both wins. If I scared the Jesus out of you, that's a win, because now I get some peace, and you stay away from me. And if you're one of my tribe, you're going to laugh. You're going to schedule that free consultation at homans.consulting@gmail.com, because you're going to want to know how to strategize your spiritual battle plans when it comes to home, work, office, friendships, hell, just stepping outside your front door these days. You have to be on guard, suited up by God, because Lord, the frequency wars is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's really wild, y'all. And that's the thing. I want to rewild humanity back to before people started living in these dang masks that got frozen. And I'm over here trying to poke holes at those damn masks, saying, knock it off. You're not happy in that role. Stop pretending that you are. Because God sees your heart. He wants your heart. It's the intent of behind an action. Are you doing it just so the cameras will catch it? Or did you just want to share the joy of God and you didn't realize that you're not supposed to do that way? Like this whole technology and macro, like this isn't how I was raised. I was raised the ancient ways and modern ways, like I said, past, present, future. So from someone in my spot, of course I'm going to learn to think that I'm a dang alien, because none of y'all make sense to me. I'm just watching all your systems crash, crumble, break, and I'm just trying very nicely to come in like Ruth and go, okay, I'll be an employee here. I'll help you clean it up, but can you make it a livable wage? Can we do it where I'm not getting sexually harassed or energetically raped? Can we do it where I'm not being gaslit and abused financially? Can we do it in a way where everybody plays the game for the children to be protected so they can help prepare for the future by cleaning up the planet grid system? It is elevation within. I'm proof that these kids are not satanic. Now, some of them are vessels that have been so damaged that demons have overtaken that vessel. But if you don't have spiritual gifts and you're just going by what a system who's been programmed to achieve a certain end outcome goal, and you don't have spiritual gifts, or you don't have the intergalactic networking, that's not a safe feeling, and that's what they want. They want you to feel unsafe because they can harvest your energy. They can keep you subservient. They can keep you a slave instead of you tapping into the fact that you are an endless, never-ending soul that is here to learn and grow based on whatever scenarios the universe throws at you, because that situation, you called it in. You find yourself sitting in jail, you took actions against people in this world that led you up in that place. That system, I call it the penalty box. That's what I call the systems, or the penalty box. That system is designed to spiritually grow you, emotionally grow you, give you the schooling, the tools that you need in order to then come out of that system a changed person who's going to continue to rise and elevate in your divinity and healing. But as we know, corrupt beings, entities, attachments to vessels that have given up in their heart, body, mind, and soul, and they've become devil worshippers because they just said, well, you know what? I want $1 billion and I want to be famous. So sure, I'll do whatever the industry tells me to do. No. You can still rise to the top and have integrity. You can still maintain your divinity. You can still maintain God's light everywhere you go. I think Mel Gibson is an example of that. You know, I really, with the movie, the reason why I say that is with the movie Passion of the Christ. So if you're looking to know more about who Jesus is and like why I'm so passionate about Jesus, I'm not worshiping Jesus. What I'm trying to do is get people who've never heard of Jesus to hear his story, know his story, understand his story, because his story really is a worst case scenario blueprint of how bad the universe could make things for you very quickly. You could be high, you could be a messiah in your world, you could have people looking up to you, you could be the guru in your community that everybody is worshiping, and then bam, you get crucified and everything gets pulled out and you're homeless. Now what are you going to do? Those are the type of lessons that God's giving you in the universe. But you call it in based on your soul. That's why nobody around you can tell you your soul blueprint. And nobody can steal your soul blueprint. Like, my soul blueprint is teaching people how to get on the same page. That's how to have life and death type, real heart to heart, like, I love you interventions. That is my gift. It's what I've been doing since I was born. It's what I signed up to do before I was born. And it's what I'm going to keep doing throughout my entire existence on this planet, especially at this time. I've been told by God himself, herself, ourself, we self, that this is the last time that I have to incarnate to help heal, protect, and provide for the deity Earth and the children star seeds that are here to cultivate the Earth the way the Lemurians, the Peacekeepers, the Pleiadians wanted it to be done. And so here's a chance for me to get into the game, to have my voice heard, because up until now, people have been trying to clamp me down and keep me down and knock me down. And I'm going to keep, God says in the Bible, was it fall down 6 times, stand up 7, something like that, fall down 7 times. See, yes, I get it. I don't really know all the words for words, but I know enough to give the message. And then you can go look it up and you can actually get the word for words. It's not about being perfect. It's about making progress. And as long as I have a willing heart to be a humble servant to God and stand up for myself and start saying no, when I mean no, I say no and I keep saying no, and then I eventually get mad. And that's the pattern that they know how to use with me, because then it makes an image look like I have mental illness. See, the abusers can look religious. They can function religious in the community. They can look holier than thou to people who are not at the galactic level of consciousness. I don't have to be joyous. I don't have to be lighthearted. I can deliver the messages very coldly, very rudely all the time, because right now, I'm trying to be the crab that got out of the crab bucket. And they don't like that. And I understand that, and that's the other thing. I give them compassion because I know that all the pain and hurt that's on the inside is spilling out, and I want them to heal. And I'm not their medicine right now. I'm not. I helped enable some of these problems because they were following the leader. But then when I would tell them, okay, you see what I'm doing, don't do exactly what I'm doing. Use it as a blueprint, a skeleton, a framework. Tweak this, make it your own. I'm just, a guide. And then that's when I started saying, well, just consider me a spirit guide, all right? When you have your spirit guides or your super conscious or whoever it is that you think you're talking to, right? I'm just one of those streams of consciousness that you have access to. That before you didn't have access to my channel, so congratulations. That means you've done a lot of work. And you're like, wow, how do I help elevate the planet's vibration? How do I do that when nobody around me wants me to? Because they're in so much pain and they don't understand that humor is a choice. Sometimes I use dark humor, I will admit it, because when you feel like you're trapped in hell, and it's just different degrees of hell, then you just start to get like a really twisted kind of sense of humor, and that's the sarcasm. And then I forget that then I'm triggering more trauma into people, because only people that are at my level of being, they're the only ones that are going to understand my dark humor. And I have to be very, very careful and vet my people out in my inner circle very carefully. Because if they haven't touched the deepest darkness of themselves, and they haven't seen the highest highs themselves, then they will at some point become jealous and envious, and there'll be issues, because that's, the nature of humans. But if you purify that out of your soul, if you get to a point where you're like me and you're just wanting to go around and help people, you really are, because you're like, oh, my root chakra is completely healed, I'm totally taken care of, I'm loved, I have everything I need, I want for nothing, no matter where I'm at, God's always blessing me, nothing but good can come from this. Like when you program yourself to connect directly with Source God, and you start unlearning and going, oh, that's why my dad taught me that. Okay, I get it. Lesson learned. Cutoff game done, right? Like when you start doing that stuff and you start to then see the blessings coming in, and then you're like, oh my gosh, this really is a simulation. Okay, now I can breathe. But until you get to that point in the journey, you're still looking around every corner, waiting for the other shoe to drop, and your heart like be in your throat and you're just like, I can't breathe. There's no oxygen. And then you realize it's because everybody around you is trying to snuff out your light because you're the truth. You're the truth, the way, and the life, and they don't want people to know that they're the false light. But I maintain, and I never give up on anybody, that even if you're in the false light, work with me and I will help you swing back into the light. I will help you do the inner work so you can actually match on the inside what you're trying to reflect on the outside. But the people that are really advanced, they can tell a fake and a phony from the real thing when we're looking at a pastor on the, we can tell the difference. And so we're not always going to call people out because I don't have to. Free will. Like, if you don't have discernment and you don't have a connection with God, it's not my job to mother you. Oh, but wait, my family said, yes, it is, but you get paid now. Yes. Love it. I'm getting paid to mother people the way God wants people to be. And the people that don't want that, that's okay. I've been trying to force God's will onto you for your life, and you're right. If you want to explore the darkness, that is your free will. But then I can't stay connected with you. That's the natural consequence. It's not that I hated you. It's not that I don't want to be around you. I absolutely love every human soul, vessel, body, animal, plant that I come in contact with because I understand what you probably don't if you're not on my tribe. You do if you're part of my tribe, for sure. So, all right, time for me to go do my hair curling process for the people that want to see new do's and like that I play with my hair and my makeup. I haven't done it very much, lately, so I've been trying to get back into it for you guys because, when you're around, trying to wipe butts and spank some souls, you get to a point where it's like, hey, I'm just gonna throw my hair up in this ponytail and it's gonna be great, and then we're gonna go out the door, we're gonna get some Starbucks. No, I'm just kidding. All right, I look forward to talking with you in my next video. Go ahead and like, share, subscribe, do all the things so we can get this message out to as many people as possible, so we can get these star seeds launched, so we can get these divine missions moving forward, and we can get divine couples coordinated. I said, I just help you guys move people around the game boards, all right? Whatever game you're playing, I don't know if it's checkers, I don't know if it's chess, I don't know if it's shoots and ladders, I don't know what game you're playing or what movie you're on or what song you're trying to make your life to be, but whatever vision you got, you want some help with it, fine-tuning it. I'm your soul director, and I can help you decide who makes the cut and who gets, demoted to prop director in your life. All right, enough humor for one moment, and I will talk with you later. Have a great day.